pretty happy with my latest purchase, at least so far throughout.
Okay. And what would that
Bought
be?
a fake owl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Keep, some kind of bird away from something?
Birds keep pooping on my deck, so I bought this owl that has like
Stick
a
it up on the-
bobblehead thing.
Yeah.
So far, the only thing it's scared, I think, is my dog. But
Yeah.
we'll have to
Does
see
it
if this actually
animate
works.
or make sounds or anything? Does it?
No.
It's just yeah.
It just sits there. It's a giant plastic thing, and basically the head sits on a spring, like a large coiled spring.
So it can it move with the wind or something?
Yeah, and there's a little fin that you put on the back so that the wind will kind of like blow it a little bit.
Yeah, smart. Those things work pretty well. I used to go to a beach with the kids when they were little, and they had docks out into the water, and they would put a fake coyote out on the corner of the dock to keep the geese away, because the geese would come to the beach and just crap everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what they were doing to my deck, so
Yeah.
We'll find out if this works, and if it doesn't, then we'll go to round 2, which
recommended
will be a little
an
bit more
automatic
violent.
Machine gun turret would be better, but
Yes,
whatever.
I mean, I would sit in the foxhole all day.
It's just watching TV and you hear boom, 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 boom. You're like, oh, another bird down. It's good.
My wife's like, "Why are you looking up howitzers?" Well,
Right. I said that to Raphael. Well, it's probably not. Never mind.
Oh, God. Anyways,
yes.
Microsoft is making Bing AI easier to access. No longer do you have to sign in so you can be tracked by your conversation. They'll just do it by IP
how it would be
address.
really easy to access if they made it work on other browsers.
Well, yeah, that.
Remember? This is like a nice return to the best viewed on Internet Explorer tags people used to put on their sites.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's only viewed on Edge in this case. Just you want to make it easier. I mean, do you really want to make it? You want to make it easier for us, or do you want to make it easier for you?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Amazon's got a bunch of new Alexa devices. If that's your jam.
Yeah. It's not. But
nor mine anymore.
Yeah, I don't really care about that kind of stuff. But I will say the little show thing, which is I think it's a 5.5-inch screen. It's not very big, but it's a little smart display. You can buy an optional stand, which it's got this kind of 60s retro look to it, like a curved base with like a circular bottom. And to me, it looks like a prop from the Jetsons. And honestly, I kind of like the style of that. I mean, the display by itself is very modern looking, but you can kind of make it a little more fun. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a new update for the Xbox. Well, insider stuff that'll put your reward points right on your dashboard because they just cleaned up the dashboard. Made it minimal.
And Microsoft was reminded that the reason people go to the Xbox is not to play games. It's to interact with this other nonsense.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't know. I saw your little ranting on Twitter about the Word stuff. They just keep shoving this stuff wherever they want, please.
How many days in a row do I have to use Word before you figure out I know how to use Word? Right? One thing that I do, this is not, I don't recommend this for others. Zach Bowden some months ago talked about how he reset a computer, which is something people like us you do all the time. And we get a little complacent about it. And he's like, oh crap, I had some data sitting in a folder and it's gone. It was only in that computer. And I didn't want to berate him over it. I mean, we all made these mistakes, but this is when you get the backup religion, right? When you do something like this, we've all done it. But I did use that as an excuse to write an article like, hey, don't be a statistic, and you have options with OneDrive to automatically back up folders and blah, 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 whatever. If you're in Windows Home, you have no option. It just does it for you. If you don't want that, you have to go into settings and change it. And there's no alert that it did it. And this is something that bites me a lot in the course of writing the book, where I have to bring up different machines, and all of a sudden I've got all these extra gigabytes of data in my OneDrive because it's doing this, right? Anyway, the point of this is I go through a very specific set of steps when I configure Word specifically to save documents by default to the desktop. And I do that because I use it as a scratch space. And then I use OneDrive extensively to store those documents once I'm done with them. Or if it's something like it's an article I'm working on and I'm not done with it, I have a to-do folder that's in OneDrive, I will move it into there immediately. But anyway, the point is it's my choice. Like I work the way I work. I'm not recommending it to other people, but I do go through this series of steps in the Word UI to do what I do. for it to pop up things like it does this all the time. Hey, you could be autosaving this if you just saved it to OneDrive, which is true. But when I open files that are in OneDrive, I also get messages that say, hey, this didn't save for some reason. Do you want to save it?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to bug me no matter what I do. I don't like when I explicitly choose something and the thing is trying to thwart me, let me be dumb, let me be an adult. Please stop nagging me. Give me the option to say, stop nagging me. Right.
That is quite the phrase. Let me be dumb.
I'm old enough to, listen, I can vote. I can buy alcohol. I can be dumb. That's how we treat adults. I don't know. It's just, and we could have the same conversation every month for the rest of our lives, because there'll always be some other thing that pops up in some other place, or in the same place in this case. It's annoying. It's pointless. And I don't know what they're trying to achieve. Like, it doesn't, so I should say too, I took a picture of that and then I stepped through it said something like, there might be new features you might not be aware of. I'm like, all right. I stepped through them. There wasn't one I didn't know about, and there wasn't one that I wanted or needed. And at the end, there wasn't a, don't ever show me this again. Unless you've added new features again, you want to tell me about them. I mean, I think that I don't have a problem with that, honestly, but it's just so freaking annoying. It's like when we start these calls and they put up hey, did you know you could Excel something? It's like, guys, we're in a meeting. What are you doing? Dumb. All right, I'm sorry. I could just go on forever about this.
You feel better?
It makes me so mad.
Well, don't get me wrong. It makes me infuriated when you need to open an Excel document and do something that's already been, you've already opened it before. And it's like, do you want to do this? No.
Oh, boy. Yeah,
nope.
It's like, guys,
nope.
I don't. I don't need the constant nagging.
Yeah, they really should do some smart lookup with their fancy AI. Like, oh yeah, Paul Thurrott has Office 365 on this account. He's had it for 19 years. Maybe we shouldn't bug him.
Listen, I'm not even asking for that level of intelligence. Just give me a box that says stop.
Yeah, well, I
don't remember the exact things, but there was a yes or not now.
Not now.
You see that with app? Like, would you rate the app? Yes or not now? How about not ever? Some people do it, right? Some apps or whatever. Sometimes. It's not a dark pattern. It's just dumb.
Yeah, I will vote for any congressman who is willing to put up a bill that outlaws that, because it's pervasive. Do you want to review this app? No, that's not an option. Like, it's just not now.
No, I just don't.
Yes.
No, not ever. Some apps do. To be fair, some apps do actually do that. But I feel the dialogue, like you'll see it on your iPhone, is so the same. It has to be something that Apple gives you. It's got to be, right? It's always exactly the same. Here's 5 stars you can check. Here's okay. Here's not now. It's not a normal dialogue.
Nope.
Anyway.
Yeah. Next time Microsoft sends me an invoice for Office 365, I'm going to handwrite a letter that says not now.
Not now.
Mail it back to them.
Have you read my terms and service?